Hey Aussie Gamers, Lucas Aurelius from Aussie Gamers Express. Today I am bringing you a unboxing video and we'll also do a review of Lucid Sound's LS30 Wireless Universal Gaming Headset. Here it is in the box and it looks very neatly packaged. Looks like a really cool design for a headset, wireless headset as well. So without further ado, let's get it unboxed. This thing looks awesome. Now this is going to be compatible with the PS4, PS3, Xbox One, 360, mobile phones. Alright, how does this open? There's a little tab here. Oh, there we go. That goes, I might have it upside down. Let's turn it over. Yeah, there we go. The Lucid Sound logo on there. Alright, opening her up. Here we have, that's what it's like in the packaging. Let's have a look at this stuff first. Oh, we're losing some instructions. Attention! Alright, we don't have to worry about that for now. Wireless Universal Gaming Headset. There's a bit of instructions on how to set it up. Let's put that aside. Let's get her out, eh? Oh, it's in there solid. See what else is inside here before we have a good look at the headset. See what we've got. Alright, so we've got this USB dongle here, which I believe that will be specifically for the PS4. That'll go into your PS4 and the USB, and you'll plug in an adapter there for chat and the surround sound. We've got an optical cable, so that'll probably come out of the back of the PlayStation and go into that dongle. What do we got here? That one, that looks like the microphone. It'll plug into the headset. We'll have a look at that in a second. And a micro USB cable. Well, there's more cables in here. Got double 3.5mm headphone jack. That'll be for, probably use that for mobile phones, Vita, all that sort of stuff. There's another set in here. That looks like, because that one's got the 3 different prongs on it there. That's probably for iPhones, that one. And this would be just for everything else. That's a guess. We will check all this and we'll clarify everything in the review portion of this video, which will be coming up after this unboxing part. Nice little sticker there. That's everything in the box now. So let's have a look at the headphones itself. Okay, so it's a metal construction around here. Alright, so it looks like it's quite nice. Lucid Sound, the logo at the top there. Now these are buttons on the headphones here, and that's a dial. Doesn't seem to be any sort of... Oh, it's in the middle, okay. So the button in the middle. I was thinking that doesn't feel like a button there. And on the other side there's another dial as well. One of them's for volume, one of them's for chat. And buttons in the middle for, I don't know, for things that I'll check. Cool, we've got the power there, charging. Oh, let's put this on here. Like that. There you go. Let's quickly pop it on. Hello. Alright, that's it for the unboxing. Now we'll set this up, get a bit of use out of it, use it for about a week or so, and then we'll come back with the next portion of the video, which will cover a nice in detail review. Thank you very much for watching this part. See you in the next part. Now I'm up to the review portion of this video covering the Lucid Sound LS30 Universal Wireless Gaming Headset. Now here's the headset itself. The outside of the left and right ear cups has independent game sound and chat sound volume dials that is integrated into the circular design of the headset. The analog dial, as opposed to digital buttons, makes it easier to use whilst playing. However, my instinct to turn the volume up was to turn the dial upwards towards the front of my face. However, this is the opposite of what it actually is. If you do take the headset off though and dial the volume the normal way that you would, it makes sense why they've used this direction. In the center of the volume dials is a large, easy to use button. On the left hand ear cup is where you'll find the button that will mute all sounds to the game that you're playing, which is something that I haven't ever found on any other headset. It's a much appreciated feature that not a lot of other headsets actually have. On the right hand side is another massive button to mute the microphone for when you need to sneeze, fart, or shout at the kids or dogs. A neat addition to the mic mute is the little blue LED light that lights up at the end of the mic to remind you that your mic is muted, to avoid talking to yourself and wondering why your friends are ignoring you. Now those ear cups house two 50mm speakers or drivers, depending on what you like to call them. The neodymium magnets on those speakers provide a clear range of sound. The sound delivered is satisfying when at full volume without blowing out your eardrums, and also without the distortion of sound. While you won't get surround sound out of these headphones, I was still able to get a good reading on sound location due to the clear, crisp sound that was delivered. The right hand side ear cup houses a single button on the body of the construction, which is perfectly located for operation with your right hand thumb. This button is for the 3-stage equalizer feature. You can choose between 3 slightly different preset sound modes for you to choose your favourite. Although, unless you're a sound engineer, you're probably unlikely to notice any changes between the modes, so it's pretty safe to just leave that one alone. The microphone is constructed using a boom style design. The boom connects to the left hand side ear cup using a 3.5mm headphone jack style connection. The boom is about 14 centimeters long and is made of flexible, twistable and turnable plastic, which will allow you to position it in just the right spot while playing. I am not the biggest fan of the boom mic, but in my experience, if you want decent microphone quality, they beat just about all of the inbuilt microphone models on the market. If you're interested in an example of what the microphone quality is like, this is a test recording using the LS30 Universal Gaming Headset from Lucid Sound. As you can see, the microphone is probably one of the better quality microphones that you'll experience from a gaming headset. That's not where the microphone talk ends. The LS30 actually features dual microphones. This means that there is also a hidden inbuilt microphone built into the left-hand ear cup, which can also be used instead of the boom mic, or in tandem to increase mic quality for intense gameplay or recording environments. To switch between the two microphones, just remove or replace the boom mic. Further to the microphone is the built-in mic monitoring feature. This feature will send feedback of your own voice ever so slightly into the speakers so that you can hear yourself talking. This is a must-have feature with over-the-ear headphones to stop the user from shouting down the microphone because they can't hear themselves. When it comes to wireless headsets, the biggest issue is that of battery life. If you're in the market for a decent set of ear cans to replace those shoelace earbuds you borrowed from your mobile phone kit, then you're probably getting right into your games and spending a good amount of time playing online with your friends. There's nothing worse than having to quit your session just because your wireless headset battery bit the dust. The LS30 claims to have a 15-hour battery life, and from my experience, they're playing that down just a little bit to be on the safe side. I always appreciate a good under-promise and over-deliver. I have experienced battery life of well over the 15-hour mark, but of course that does depend on how you use your headset. As I previously mentioned, the LS30 is an over-ear design, which means that the ear cups cover over your entire ear, encapsulating them in a little acoustic heaven. The cushioning around the ears is made of a super soft memory foam which is covered over with leather or maybe pleather that is equally just as soft. I have used many different gaming headsets in my time in gaming, and some of them have been uncomfortable at first until they're worn in. That isn't the case with the LS30s, as they were pretty much comfortable out of the box. It doesn't feel as though they're squeezing my head, but it also doesn't feel like they're going to fall off either. Pressure from the headband is also another area of issues with some other headsets. Somehow the LS30s have managed to ease this. With the same soft feel foam over the top of the head, it doesn't send aches and pains through the head after several hours of game time. The overall construction feels solid, however there are some parts that would normally be cause for concerns with weak zones. The saving grace here is that the swivel points that you can see here are made of what appears to be either stainless steel or some other form of durable metal. The Lucid Sound LS30 Universal Wireless Gaming Headset, although a mouthful, has managed to keep a fully featured headset tamed to a very simple design, while also keeping it compatible with just about any of the current generation of tech out there. The LS30s will work easily with your PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, iOS devices, Android devices, and even mobile gaming systems such as the PlayStation Vita and Nintendo 3DS. So here are the cables and accessories that come with the headset that are in the box. Okay, so first I'll start off with the USB adapter here. Now this device here you will plug directly into your console. So this one will go into a USB on the front of your Xbox 360, your Xbox One, PlayStation 4, etc. And then what you will do is with this cable here, now I'll leave this one unraveled because it is an optical cable which is made of stretched out glass. So you don't want to get kinks in this one, otherwise you can actually break the optical fiber cable inside. So this end here will go into the optical out on the console, which is where you get your surround sound from. And the other end will go into the USB connector here. So that plugs in like that. And then that goes into the console, and that's in the other end there. That one there is in the back of the console. And that's how you get your sound beamed across to the headset. Put that one aside. Next up, you've got this cable here, which is quite a short micro USB cable, and that one is purely for charging. So that, if you've got a PlayStation 4, that will be the exact same cable that you use to charge your controllers, or you can use this one to charge up the headset as well, which will give you up to 15 hours of playtime with the headset. So that's what that one is. Next up is this one here, which has a 3.5mm headphone jack on one end and a 2.5mm headphone jack on this end. Now what this one is used is for an Xbox 360 controller. Now I've got a controller here. Underneath here, for getting the chat, the 2.5mm plugs into the bottom of the controller like that, and the 3.5mm part goes into the headset to the left hand side ear cup, and that's how you get your game chat and sound from that one. So that's what that one is there. We'll put that one aside now. And the last cable we've got here is very multi-purpose and very likely the cable that you'll use the most. It's a 3.5mm headphone jack, both exactly the same on both sides. So if you are using an Xbox One, you plug in one end of this to the controller. You will need to plug that in if you want to use the chat features, and the other end will go into your headset. This is also what you use for your mobile phones or your mobile devices such as the PlayStation Vita and the Nintendo 3DS, etc. So that's all those cables in there. That's how you use it. Now let's keep going with the review. It won't work wirelessly with all of those devices previously mentioned, but by using the cables that come in the box with the headset, it maintains its universal claims. It, however, must be noted that depending on which Xbox One controller you have, you may need the headset adapter for the controller, which is sold separately. The LS30s retail for $249 Australian and will be available from the 23rd of September 2016 from JB HiFi, the Gamesmen and Mighty Ape. This information will also be available in the description below. To end this review, I would like to say that Lucid Sound's LS30s totally outdid my expectations on pretty much all avenues. I'm pretty happy with this headset, and I'll be very happy to continue using this one for a while now. Thank you to everyone who checked out this video review. If you liked what you saw here, then please hit that subscribe button and go and check out our other videos from Aussie Gamers Express. On top of that, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and every other social network known to mankind. Finally, we also have a weekly podcast which revolves around video game news, reviews, and the like. It can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. You can also listen to the podcast on YouTube. As always, I am Lucas Aurelius, and I will see you all next time. See ya!